Hi everyone. So welcome back to a new video. This is day 2 of our DSA playlist, and the topic that we will be discussing specifically today is operators in Python. Okay. So here we will be discussing any and every operator that we can come across while solving any kind of problem. So that even of the little or the smallest problem that we have, and whatever possible operators that can be used, you are aware of that. Okay, so we will start from the mathematical operators. Okay, so in the mathematical operators we usually have few operators. Like in mathematical we have addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, we have exponent, right? So these are the few, and we have modulus also, right? So we have modulus. Now we will see one by one how do this code work. Okay, or how do these operators work while we are using a code. So if we have add, let's say, then what is the basic mathematical use of add, right? We use plus symbol for it, and it is used to like find the sum of two values, right? So it is a binary operator. There are two types of operator. Okay, one is binary. Actually there are three types. One is binary, other one is we have unary, and the other one is ternary. Okay, so in in Python we do not have any per se unary operator. Okay, just for like a common idea, what is a unary operator? It will only work, means operate on one operand. Okay, so let's say we have a variable as a. Okay, now I want to increment the value of a only. So for that, what I will do, I will do a plus plus. Okay, so this is only using a, right? It is only working on a. So this type of operator, increment or decrement operator, these are called unary operators. So in Python we do not use these increment and decrement operators. These are used in Java and any other languages. Okay, so just for a overview, now we have add here, we have subtraction here, we have divide here. In if in Python we are using single slash. Okay, so whatever question will be returned, it will be returned in the form of a decimal value. Since we do not declare any data type in Python, so if you are using single divide sign, then the returned will be in decimal form, or will be a float value. Whereas if we are using double slash, okay, then what will happen? It will take the integer value. So we will only get, like, if we are doing, let's say, two slashes and three, then we will get one as the answer. But if we do 3 by 3, then we will get 1.0. Okay, we will also run these programs. Okay, like we will go through small codes so that we will get an overview of what are these operators used for and how do these work. Okay, so, and you don't have to install any proper IDE for this. We will be using online compiler, and we will be uploading the code day by day on GitHub. So it is available on cloud, and it will not even take your space in the system, right? So whenever you want, you can access that code from anywhere, because GitHub is a, like, it is a tool which is used to upload code and perform various activities. Okay, like you can do a lot of things using GitHub. And in order to get an idea about that, if you haven't gone through what is GitHub, and you are coming across this term first time, you can check it out. You can build repositories there, and you can do a lot of tasks. It will make your work easy, and accessing the code will become a lot more easy. right? And you don't have to store anything on your system. It will be like uploaded on the cloud, and you can access anything to that. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that we will be using online compilers. We will not be installing any id per se. Okay, we will be running the code on online compiler and uploading them on github. So here we went through division. Now for multiplication, what we use asterisk symbol. For exponent we use two asterisks at once. Okay, and for modulus we use mod value. So these are the various mathematical operators that we come across. Okay, now what we have comparison operators. Okay, so what are comparison operators? These will compare two values and will return either true or false as an answer. Okay, so we will get boolean value as answer. We had discussed this in data type, right? That boolean value will store either true or false or 0 and 1. Means it will store the answer as either as a right value or a wrong value. So the return type will be boolean. And what are the different comparison type operators? We have double equals to, then we have not equals to, then we have less than, we have greater than, we have less than or equal to, greater than or equals to. These are the various comparison operators, right? Now after this comparison operators, means we will be using this comparison operators when we are using loops, or basically for checking the condition in the if else conditions, right? Whenever when we will move forward, we will come across those uses. Now, after this comparison operator, we have logical operators. So, what do we do in these logical operators? We will be checking that we will get logical answers, right? That let's say we have A as 43 in string and B as 46, and let's say we have C as 30 33. Okay, now I am trying to check two conditions. Okay, if a is equals b and a is equals c, what I am trying to do here, let's remove the string here so that there will be no confusion. So now what I am trying to do here, I am trying to compare, right? I am comparing A and B and A and C. But I want that when both of them are true, right? A is equals to B and A is equals to C, then only I want to perform something, some operation. For that we are using AND. So for AND, what we need in order to perform any operation, we need both value as truth, because if we have truth and truth, then only we will get answer as true, right? We might You might have heard it somewhere. For and we will need both values as true, then only we will get a required output. Okay, in the same way we have or. Okay, logical or. The previous one was logical and this is logical or. So like in java, c++, we use ampersand symbol, but in python we will be using and only, simple and, right? Because it is more like, it is kind of more user friendly, and you don't need to remember so many symbols, right? So you will be simply using and here, and for or you will be using or only. And you will here what we will be checking, that two conditions are true or not, like one, if even if true one is false. Okay, we have true and or false, then the answer will be returned as true, right? So this is also used to join two conditions or two comparisons. In the same way, we have not, logical not. So what this does is this reverses the output. Okay, so let's say I have true as the output. So when I do opposite or not of true, what I will get false, right? So we will be using not for reversing the output or the required output. Now what we have after this, here we saw three logical operators, right? Now we will see assignment operator. We have one assignment operator, that is equals to. Now this assignment operator, what it does, whatever value we have on right hand side will be assigned to left side. This is what we do, right? Whenever we are assigning any value, let's say I have a variable a and I want to assign 3 to it. So what I will do, I will write a is equals to 3. So this right hand side value will get assigned to the left hand side value. So this is how we work in assignment. Now we have another operator called membership operator. This might seem like too exclusive or something. It might be seeming kind of different, but in Python, right, when we are excuse me, we are trying to iterate, or we are trying to check if something is present in a string or an array, right? Let's say I have a string, a is equals to Ankita. So let's say I want to check this I is present in Ankita or not. So what I can simply do is I will check if I in Ankita or I in A. Right, I have already assigned a variable here. So this I will check, this in will check if that value is present in the variable or the consonant or any array or any string, the value is present in that or not. So what it will check, if a value is present or not. Value is present or not. So if this value is present, then it will return true. Otherwise, we will get else false. Now this is in. In the same way, we will have not in. Okay. So one is in, the other one is not in. So this will simply become the reverse. Like in the previous one, we had logical not, right? So what it was doing, it was simply reversing the value which we were getting. So here what will happen, if we have to check if the value is not present. If the value is not present, then we will get true value. True if value is not present. Else what we will get? Else we will get false, right? So we will get else false, right? And uh, a short, or I can say a note, okay, in whenever we are using true or false as a keyword in or assigning it in our variables, we will be using capital T and capital F. Okay, this is the keyword which is considered as the boolean value. Okay, if you will be using true as with T as small, it will be treated as string and you will be getting an error saying that this is not predefined. It is not predefined, right? It will be treated as string, and so since this you will not be using double quotes here, right? Because you are trying to assign a boolean value, so you will be getting an error there. So please keep it in mind that if you are assigning a default value or true or false as a value in a boolean variable, then you have to use caps T and caps F. Okay, now we saw what is membership operator, right? In and not in are the membership operator. Now the one more we have one more very important operator, that is bitwise. This bitwise operator will play a very important role when we are performing bit manipulation. Okay, so what it will do, like it will work on the binary digit, or we can say binary form of the decimal numbers. Okay, or let's say I have 3. Okay, so what is the binary value of it? 1 1, right? So if I am using bitwise and it is single and. Okay, so if I am using bitwise and, what it will do, it will work on this binary form of the number. Okay, so this is bitwise and. So let's say if I have 1 1 here and we have 2, so the bitwise value of 2 is 1 0, right? So 1 1 and 1 0. Then when if we are using doing, let's say, 3 bitwise 2, so the output that we will get is, for 1 0, we will get 0, and 1 1 we will get 1. So the output that we will be getting is 2 only. Okay, so it will be working on the binary digit value, and it will be following the normal AND structure, or the AND truth table, where if two values are true, it will be considered as true. If one value is false, then the value will become false anyways. So this is logical and bitwise and. Now we will have bitwise or. So we will be using this pipe. Okay, and let's say I will be doing 3 bitwise or 2. Okay, so 1 1 1 0. Now for or, what we have the condition, even if one condition is true, the value will become true, right? So if we are doing bitwise here, so 1 0 will also become 1, 1 1 already will be 1, so the output returned will be 3. Okay, so this is the feature of, like we can say, bitwise or. Now we have XOR value. So for XOR we use this caret symbol. Okay. Now let's see. We have 3 caret 2. Okay. So we will be taking it in the form of this value only, binary digit only. Now we have 1 1 and 1 0. Okay. We need to return this, like we will be returning the binary digit value only. We will be checking in the binary digit only. So in XOR, what will happen when we have same values? Okay, like we have 1 1 or 0 0, then the output we will be getting as 0 only. Let's say now if we have 1 0 or 0 1, then we will get a 1 as the output. Okay, so here what we will get? We will get 1 as the output, and for 1 1 what we will get? 0. So the output returned by the XOR will be 1. Okay. Now we have seen bitwise and, bitwise or, and XOR, right? Now we have bitwise not, or we can say it is a complement. Okay. This is the symbol which is used to like complement the value. So what will happen? Let's say we do complement of 3. So what will happen? Now let's see how to find the complement of 3. Okay. So let's say we have 1 1. Okay, and we will take the 8-bit representation of 3. So we will have 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, now when we are finding the complement of a value, it means the value which is 0 will become 1, and the value which is 1 will become 0. So now what we will get? We will have 1 1 1 and 1 1 0 0. Now we let's remove this. Okay, and if we consider this value. Okay, so the first one, the first value, it represents the sign, right? If we have a negative value, then it will be 1, and if it is a positive value, this will be 0. So now when we are like finding the complement value, or yeah, we are finding the complement, then what we are seeing, the first value is negative, so we know that the complement of 3 will be a negative value, and we have 1 2 and 4 here, so the value returned will be 4. So right, so what we are getting, the complement of 3, we are getting as -4. Okay, so this is how the complement bitwise not, or we can say complement value works. It reverses, or it changes the bit value or we can say it flips the bit value one by one. Okay, so this is the bitwise not. Now what we have shift operators. So there are two type of shift operators. One is left shift. The other one is right shift. So let's say I have three. This is right shift. Three left shift 2. Okay, now let's say I have a binary. I will represent it in the binary form, right? So we have 1 1 here, and this is 0. So when we are shifting by two spaces, this means that this will move forward by two space. Okay, and whatever the left situation we have here, it will be replaced by 0. So the resultant output we will get is 1 1 0 0. Okay, which means that 1 2 4 6, the output we will receive is 10. Okay, in the same way, if we are moving it towards right, let's say I have 7 here. Okay, I will shift 7 by 2 two places. Then what is the binary representation of 7? We have 1 1 1, right? Now in order to shift 2 by 2 position, which means that this will be going out, this way will be going out, and 0 will be occupying that space here, right? So this 1, this will be moving out, this will be moving out, and we will have zeros in front. So what we will get here? 1 0 0 0, right? So what does this mean? The output that we will get here is 1, right? So this is left shift and right shift operators. Now let's move on to the compiler, where I will show you the with small codes I will show the working of the operator. So now we will solve small codes, or we will see the use of operators in Python. Okay, so according to the coding tradition, we will be first printing hello world, and we use print in Python to print a statement to the like print the statement. Okay, and if we want to take input from the user, then we use input. Okay, so let's say I have n and I want to take input any number. Okay, so I will be taking input, and let's say I want to print this n. So let me comment this out. For commenting we use this hashtag. Okay, so now let's try to run it. If I enter 6, so I am getting 6, right? Now the input taken is in the form of string only. um, and in order to convert that into integer, what we need to do, we will be using int there. So we will get the input. Now I will be getting the same 6 only. We can see the difference when we are adding or subtracting the value. Let's say I have not converted this into integer. Okay, and now whatever value I am taking, I will try to increment the value by 1. So let's say I have taken 6 as input. Now I am getting the error, right? So this string, this n that we are taking value from the user, it is in the form of string. Okay, and what is happening here is Python is not able to recognize that what we are trying to do. Although in some languages like Java and all, if we have n as string, then what it will do, it will implicitly convert the one and it will concatenate the value. But this is not in Python. We need to explicitly so that this one is in the form of string, then only it will concatenate the value. Okay, let's try to use this now. Let's say I have 6 here. See, we are getting 61 here. So now this is the we can use add symbol for two things. Okay, one is performing operation of addition and one is concatenation. Okay, so now what I will do, I will convert this value into integer, and now I will try to add the value. So we will add it here. Now the value is getting incremented by 1, right? In the same way, we will see the subtraction also. This is for addition, right? print n minus 1. Okay, so we will see multiplication and division everything at once only. Okay, so let's say we have multiplication. For multiplication, what we were using? We were using asterisk, right? So print n star 2. And for division, we had two types, right? One was single slash and one was double slash. So we will see how both of them make difference. Division with single slash. So I will do n by 2 here, and the other one will be with 2 slash, right? Print with n. Now we have another mathematical operator called exponent. So we will see the exponent also here. After that we have exponent. We have modulus. Now we have modulus. Okay, so we have n mod 2. Now we will run the program, and let's say I have taken 7 as the input. Now we see that for the first one we were having increment, so where we will incrementing the value by 1, so 1 is getting added, then we have subtraction, we have multiplication, and we see that here when we are using single slash sign, then we are getting decimal output, right? And if we have two slashes, then it is returning integer value. So if you want the output as an integer, then you will be using two slash, and if you want to use only one, like any integer value or any value is acceptable to you, then you can go with single slash only. And here we have modulus and exponent. So the this exponent, what it will do, it will raise the power to of 7 to 2, right? So 7 square is 49, and when we are doing 7 mod 2, we will be getting 1, right? These are the various mathematical operators. Now what we will do, we will move on to these are mathematical operators. Now after this mathematical operators, what we will do, now what we will do after seeing this, let me copy this. Yeah, now we will move on to comparison operators. Since we have not gone through like if else statements, so I will not be using that. I will simply print the a equals to b and all. So let's say I have taken a is equals to 9 and b is equals to 3. Okay, now what I will do, I will print a is equals b, print a is not equals b, and to make it more clear, I will write here for equals. This is not equals. After that, what we have? We have greater than. In the same way, we have other like comparison operators also. So I will be showing three. If you want, you can implement the rest of the operators, and it will be helpful for you to understand, right? So okay, there was error in the indentation. Now let's try to run it again. So we see that for equals, 9 is not equals to 3, so we are getting false here. But here we are getting true because we are checking the opposite condition. and since 9 is greater than 3, so we are getting true only, right? Now we will see logical operators. Okay, logical. So what I will do here, let's say I am trying to store a is equals to 3 equals 3 and 2 equals 3. So let's try to print this and see what we are getting as output. So we are getting false here. Now why are we getting false here? Because we have 3 equals 3 as true, right? And this is true, but 2 is not equals to 3, right? So it is becoming true and false. For that, what we will get? False as the answer. Now let's see if we are repeating the same for OR. Okay, for OR. So for OR we are getting true, right? So this is the difference between and OR. And let's say I want to use not here, okay? So before this only I will use not. So I was getting true here, right? So what is the expected value? Not of true, that is false. So let's see what we get. We are getting false here, right? So these are the various logical operators. Now this is assignment operator, right? We are assigning the value from left hand side to right hand side to left hand side. So we have implemented assignment operator also. Now this is the logical operator. After this, now we will see membership operators. So let's say I have an array, okay, 1, 2, 3. I am not going through the declaration and all. We will come through this in the upcoming videos. Right now, I am just declaring a basic array, and I want to see that if this value is in like 1 is present in array or not. So what I do is 1 in ARR. Let's try to run it now. So we are getting true here, right? Because 1 is present in the array, right? Now, let's say I want to check not in. Print 1 not in ARR. So, what is happening? We are getting the value, but we need the opposite answer. So, for that we will get false, right? So, we are getting false. So, these are the two membership operators. These will be very helpful when we are using loops and we are checking the existence of a value in a string or array or any other data structure. Okay, now the last one we can say is bitwise operator. So I have a, okay, and a is equals to 3 and b is equals to 2. Okay, now what I will do, print, I am using bitwise and here. Okay, bitwise and in the same way we will have bitwise or bitwise not, then we have bitwise and XOR. The other one we have right shift and left shift, right? So we have left right shift. Now we are at what we will be expecting here. We have bitwise value of 3 as 1 1 and for 2 we have 1 0, right? So the expected value should be 2 only. Let's see A and B. We will see A or B complement of complement of a a XOR b. For left shift we will be using less than symbol two times, so a left shift b, a right shift b. Now let's try to run it. So for bitwise and we are getting 2, right? As I said, this will become 0 and this will become 1. And for OR we are getting 3 because 1 true false is equals to true in OR. So all the value will become true. And for bitwise not, I showed how we convert the values. And for XOR also I showed if two values are the same then we are returning 0. And when two value like 1 0 will be returning 1 but 1 1 will return 0. So we are getting XOR value as 1. And previously actually what I did, I made a mistake there, right? I had seen written there 6. So instead of that it will be 8 because it is 2 per 0 2 per 1 like that it goes. So there was a mistake there, so it will become 8 plus 4 12 there. And here what we will do when we are shifting 3, right? There are only two digits, so both of them are shifted. Then what we will get 0. So these are the implementation of bitwise operators. Now that's it for today guys, and in this video if you have any doubts please let me know in the comments. And if you want to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. And also whatever the code implementation I have done here, I will be uploading those on my GitHub and you can access those from there. And thank you for watching.